Welcome to the AMAI. And today we are going to be looking at something, and we probably say mind blowing a lot, but this is mind blowing. And I just sent this link to Justin, and Justin, go ahead and pull it up.
All right, I have it. I have not even looked at it, so I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to look at this together. So we're going to see what is happening here. If I can get this Zoom toolbar out of the way. All right, mind officially blown. I recorded a screen capture of a task looking for an apartment on Zillow. Gemini is
Google's.
Google's, yeah. Was able to generate Selenium code to replicate that task and described everything I did step by step. Selenium code, by the way, is a testing framework. It even caught that my threshold was set to 3K, even though I didn't explicitly set it. Quote, this code will open a Chrome browser, navigate to Zillow, enter Cupertino, California in the search bar, click on the for rent tab, set the price range up to 3K, set the number of bedrooms to 2+, select the apartments, condos, co-ops checkbox, and click on the apply button, wait for the results to load, print the results, and close the browser. Holy hell. Okay. So let's look at this here, folks. Let's take a gander and see what is happening. Okay, so here we go. We're going to watch the screen cast here. So, yep, there's all the code that it wrote. Wow. So it wrote all of, yep.
Hey, Justin. Video as an input to LLMs.
Video as an input to LLMs.
It's video as an input.
Wait, what?
You didn't notice that? Scroll up.
No, wait, no, I did not.
Yeah, press pause.
Oh, shit.
It's a video of him doing that. And then
I completely missed the most important part of this.
It's video as an input to LLMs. He shot a video and then said, go do this for me with code. He didn't do, it's not like 100 pictures. It's not like it's literally a screen recording that says, go do this in code.
I'm going to need a minute. This is the wow. Wow. So okay, so some things to okay. I have to like wrap my head around what this means. It means a lot, right? So
it means a lot.
Here are some of the things that I think about, right? This just it makes communicating with the LLM so much easier. The second thing is there are so many companies that have video training content to train their employees on how to do tasks. Right?
Wait, yes. And by the way, I'm going to send you a second link to open up now that we're talking about it in a little bit more detail. Same topic. All right, keep going.
Okay. There are so many companies that have trained or have recorded videos as training content that it can be fed into this and now just sidestep now we're just training a different type of employee. We're training a machine employee. So it's really interesting to think about how quickly something like this can be used really productively at the business level.
Okay, click the second link now. I mean, just guys, I don't think the world is prepared. So we talk a lot about tokens. Actually, we probably don't talk.
I was going to mention this video. I was going to mention this exact video because this is the other video that I saw. I saw this post last week. And I was going to mention this because this is one of the more insane examples. And he talks about how they do it. And when you think about how it's done, you go, oh, it actually does make a lot of sense. It doesn't actually seem that hard for an LLM to do this. When you figure that a video is the way that videos are made, y'all, in case you don't know, videos are just a bunch of photos taken really, really fast. And they're called frames. And if you can yank it all out and you stack it all up, then you basically have a big just stack of single photos, which you can analyze every photo individually, analyze every frame individually, and you can get this information. So in this video, what happens is, we'll go ahead and take a look at this video. so you guys can see it. Well, after we watch this ad.
So we're watching a YouTube ad while we're filming a YouTube series. A little meta
Yes.
there.
So this guy took that video, like just took, look at this video, piece of cake, right? So he just scans his bookshelf. Easy enough, right? Now, if you ask any human, watch that one time and then write down the list of books that were on that shelf. Every human in the world would get it wrong. Maybe not every human, but almost all of them. Gemini Pro, however, got almost all of it right. And then structured it in JSON for you.
After asking a second time.
After asking a second time. So is it 100% perfect? No. Is it really fucking close to perfect? Yeah. This is so important that it's hard to understate.
Yeah. So let's scroll back up because I want to talk about the tokens, right? So he mentions at the beginning. So Gemini Pro, the biggest unlock that allows this to happen is that it's got 1 million token context size, which is absolutely massive. So Claude, as it shows, has 200,000 and GPT-4 has 128,000 tokens. By the way, I was ecstatic when we got 128,000 tokens because previously we were at 32,000 tokens. And we hit the end of the context window all the time. And all the time. Which, by the way, 32,000 was already an upgrade of whatever it was before that, like 8,000, right? So like our context windows have over the last 18 months gone from 4 to 8,000 all the way up to 128,000 and now 1 million. The context window is what allows you to build agents, if you will, right? Because it's what allows you to provide that training window, that informational set, things like allowing you to see, watch a video, etc. It blows my mind.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what this sounds like a lot to me? What this rhymes with is us talking in the late 90s about like, can you believe these 56K baud modems? These things are so insanely fast now. Like you don't have to wait for a web page to load line by line anymore. It just kind of loads in the browser. That's crazy. That's what this conversation feels like. Now think back to the late 90s when we went from 24 to 9600 baud to 28.8 to 56K and then ISDN. And then all of a sudden we had broadband. And now all of us are sitting around bitching when we get less than 100 megabytes per second throughput on our connection. That rate of expansion is going to happen here. Token size is not going to be a thing at some point. It won't be even a thing we talk about, just like we don't really talk about internet speed unless it's bad. We don't talk about it like, I wish I had more. I mean, sometimes, rarely, not like we did in the 90s.
I always want more.
Wow.
However, side note, like Simon Wilson's blog here feels like it was written in the 90s. And and it's probably way faster than most of the blogs you hit because besides an ad and a YouTube video, it's probably straight text, right? Like wicked fast.
Yep. And I will submit to you that I think the future of the internet is mostly text, actually. And generated image and video.
And rich cards. And cards are still pretty big.
Well, I think I have a theory that I think like the modern web browser goes away and it is all you're going to interact with everything through agents at some point.
Oh, well, so fun little video then. Did you get the ARC update?
I don't know that I saw the ARC update.
The ARC update.
Oh no, it says ARC is ready to update.
Well, why don't you go ahead and I'll update it real quick and we can watch that video as soon as it's done because it takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We're not going to watch the whole update video because frankly it's boring. But they have
I want to start this video with some.
Oh, perfect. Go ahead and open the video. I'll tell you what section to jump to.
Okay. All right.
So we don't care about where's Josh. We're gonna look at pinch to summarize.
Pinch to summarize. Where boy, it would be nice
Right
if they
here.
had
Yeah.
some
Right, that should
chapter
be.
breaks.
There
Oh,
you
is this
go.
it here?
Yeah. Go ahead. Press play.
Oh, hang on. Let me just kind of make sure I get to. Okay, this should be about like right here.
Yep.
It's capitalized right there. You're in incognito mode. Tap back. You're out.
All right.
Die.
We just caught the tail end of
Next up
incognito
is a
mode.
new feature called Pinch to Summarize. ArcSearch is all about getting you the information you need as quickly as possible. With Pinch to Summarize, you can now do that for any web page you want. All you have to do is pinch, and it will remove all the ads and SEO optimized content, giving you the answer you need as fast as possible. I found this really good forum. It looks like it had a lot of people debating the nuances of pizza in Austin. I just want to know exactly where to go. Give it a pinch and get a summary.
So you mentioned rich text, right? Or text as being the primary interface, right? Pinch to summarize. Now it only works on Arc Mobile.
Wow.
Is essentially what you're talking about. So
wow, that's remarkable, right? And I mean, this is so. By the way, this is going to make consuming recipes online so much better.
fun fact: do you know why every recipe includes a story?
Because of the SEO.
No,
No?
nothing to do with SEO.
What are you talking about?
Has nothing to do with the SEO.
What is it?
There's a copyright law that says you cannot copyright a recipe unless it is part of a piece of fiction or a piece of literature work. So by having a story associated in having more than just the recipe, it becomes a copyrightable piece of content.
Really? I did not, and I took copyright law in college. I did not know that little nuance. That's interesting.
Recipes by themselves are not copyrightable.
Fascinating. Huh. That is really fascinating. That's really fascinating.
And
Crazy.
Talking about off topic, we are all over the place. But at the end of the day, AI with video as an input is an extremely, extremely compelling use case.
Think about like the things that immediately spring to mind, right? The low-hanging fruit, analyzing security footage, right? Video streams daily now, they can be analyzed with an LLM. Like, that's probably going to be a big deal soon.
I mean, just think about so I love that you say that. So think about like, hey, an Amber Alert in a city, right?
Yep.
Like imagine the infrastructure that automatically takes a picture of the Amber Alert victim, immediately adds it as a context token and makes it available for all security footage to analyze and evaluate if they've been seen anywhere.
Right. That is really interesting. That is, oh man.
It's that Batman-esque level scary, right? You remember the one I'm talking about with tapping into the whole cell phone network?
Do you want to know something embarrassing?
I'm going to shoot you.
Movie.
I'm going to shoot you. You've never seen a Batman movie.
So what you don't know about me, but some people do, is that I have the worst movie experience in the world. I haven't seen any movies. I haven't seen any movies, any major movies that everybody else has seen. I have probably not seen. So I've never seen Batman. I've never seen Rocky. I've never seen The Godfather. I've never seen all of these.
You've never seen The God? Like, how have you not just like, all right, your assignment for tonight is to go watch The Godfather.
I know. It's been my assignment for like the past 10 years.
Oh my God. All right. So we are definitely all over the place, but this has actually been more of a fun bouncing around episode.
Yeah.
But
let me just like make it all relevant here, which is that the way that they are doing that pinch to summarize is they're sending the webpage content to an LLM and saying, find the important stuff and summarize it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that is an AI thing for sure. Fascinating.
Well, and it was text-based. So like it was super based on the content. The whole Batman thing just got me blown away. So but video as an input. Video as an input to LLMs is crazy.
It's a big deal.
And
yep.
So, I mean, ironically, we talk about what a pain in the ass it is to launch videos on YouTube, right? Imagine if we were able to take this video and actually not just go to like one of these generic splitters and say, hey, can you edit this video? Can you come up with a content promotion plan? You know, can you can you start to actually chapterize this and like LL video as an input to an LLMs is potentially going to be nuts.
So something that just occurred to me as you were saying that was, one thing that we're seeing right now, some new video editing tools, the way that a lot of new video editing tools work is that they create a transcript, and then you can basically edit the transcript and it will trim the video based on how you edit the transcript. So you're not moving a nonlinear editor keyframe splitter type of timeline interface. You're just editing text, which is very easy for everyone to do. And it just like cuts the video and does jump cuts like wherever the edits are. So you can imagine then that if before that step in the process, you took the raw video, fed it in and said, create, like using this video, create a trimmed down transcript, optimizing the cuts, removing the filler words, blah, 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 blah. Then you take that transcript, feed it into one of those and say, here's the new transcript, make the cuts based on this. You can start to see where like video editing, like a pipeline is starting to build where it's going to be record and publish. And all of the editing stuff in the middle is going to be automated away.
And I'm okay if it just makes the editing stuff less of a pain in the ass, right? So like, hey, splicing in B-roll and doing all this other stuff, right? Like, hey, at this point, we think, the camera angles, because we cut the filler words, they don't work. So splice in a B-roll. Here's your 5 options. I'd be ecstatic if it was just smart enough to make it easy for me to choose.
Yeah.
Because right now it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, super interesting stuff. So we have bounced around from videos and input to just not realizing we were talking about videos and input, to seeing it was videos and input, having his mind blown, to talking about web pages, to talking about token sizes, to talking about the future, and then looking at arcs, pinch to summarize, which had text and LLMs, to then realizing that Justin hasn't seen any good movies. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed today's short episode of the AMAI.
Peace.